So my name is Darlene. I have a home bakery business and I paint murals, and I have a cat named the Dark Knight. I'm serving on the board in Spanish Harlem. It was kind of a shock to join the board because I suddenly found out about all these problems that the building had that I had no idea about, being somebody who just lived here. So it was anything from like repairs that hadn't been done, bills that hadn't been paid, a non-responsive management company. It was just sort of like a very long list. And I thought, well, aren't we paying for a service here? So if there's not a service and the relationship doesn't seem to be salvageable, then maybe we should consider switching. So I looked up and just was lucky enough to find Daisy online. What most impressed me about Daisy was the foresight that Daisy had to kind of disrupt a calcified industry by leveraging technology. I think some of the board hadn't heard of Daisy. I think other ones are maybe not as tech savvy, and so they were concerned that they didn't know they didn't know if they'd be willing to or able to learn. So what I said to the board is, well, we're not going to get better service for this price, and by a company that's smart enough to actually have this technology and have these processes in place. It was night and day when Daisy took over. Daisy not only did all the heavy lifting in terms of collecting all the paperwork, making sure that we knew where everything was and where we stood, and that's how we uncovered a lot of the unpaid bills, but it was also the board able to get direct updates, like who's behind, what are our reserve funds, what's happening with specific projects. So we needed a boiler replaced, we needed the elevator repaired, like we needed the hallway fixed, so there was quite a long list of things to fix. All of that was done where we could check at any time in the app, and so I think it just brought a different level of comfort and having that information kind of on tap so that we didn't have to go chasing after it. It was just there. So all of those projects got completed, and they were sometimes things that had been kind of outstanding for years. So I think the app is actually really smart because not only can people put in requests directly to the app, but everybody can get updates. Board, owners, residents, so I've talked to my neighbors, and I think, again, because we are so attached to our smartphones and other things, the idea of being able to open up an app on your phone and just check something is pretty instinctual by this time. So I would say since Daisy has taken over management of the building, it feels like I have this huge job that I was a volunteer for that I didn't want to do, that I didn't know I signed up to do, that I no longer have to do. Also because I'm not qualified to do it like Daisy is. So it's such a relief to be like, oh, thank God, somebody who's an expert is actually managing this, not me.